guitars that have lovely low end, as I was saying, as this does. It's quite a big guitar. So it's a pretty big soundboard, and when you put a capo this far up, there's not as much string to move the top, right? So it must change the whole kind of impedance equation and so on. And often I find if you've got a capo up anywhere near this high, you just got to really work hard to get the notes to come out, and whereas I like to play delicately and just sort of like tickle the notes out, and for them to sound full and rich, which it really does, and it just sounds pretty, Because I think your guitars are wonderfully balanced, but I think I have a preference for exceptionally fat, big trebles. Because to me, that's where a lot of the musical information is. With sort of fingerstyle folk, you're picking up the melody, which is often somewhere around the top 3 strings. And if you're ever mixing a song, the vocals are often significantly louder than the other parts. I think people often underestimate how much vocals are cranked up in modern production mixing, and that's basically playing. That's the vocal equivalent in the music, right? So. For me, a good low end it's got to have that depth, like the EQ curve. If you were to draw it, that extends down into low frequencies, but without a big bump. It's not dominant. It's just sort of there, but also that it sustains in a really even way. Some guitars that have a lot of bass, I feel like the lowest frequencies, the fundamental frequency of those bass notes, decays a lot quicker than the rest of the note. So you get a sort of and then it's only the harmonics that are sustaining. Whereas this just sort of it's just a very even sort of sound, and it's balanced. It's just in the mix in just the right way. So when you're down to a C, it's pretty low. It just has a sort of lovely, almost kind of pad-like. It swirls a bit. And when you can just slide and not pick, and the bass still sounds really full, you don't get that on every guitar. It's the other little test I do. whenever I pick up a guitar and I'm in Dadgad, just play an A on the high E string, or the high D string, and then immediately mute it. And then see what goes on. Yeah, it goes on for ages. So obviously that's not the note I just plucked, that's the rest of the guitar. Partly because I've got other A strings, so there's sympathetic resonance obviously. But again, like dry, woody, I think of like a Gibson J45 type sound wouldn't really do that. It just has a very quick decay and it's sort of quite, there's no kind of ambience around the note. But when you're playing in open tunings, I think that sympathetic resonance is often what gives quite a lot of the sort of nice ethereal complexity behind the note.
Yeah. Is it like
Probably.
It's busy.
Yeah. And some guitars do that in spades, some guitars really don't. But I think it adds something because, I'm using a lot of open strings here. I'm often only fretting with like 2 fingers at most. And you've got that sort of swirly kind of stuff going on.